Welcome back to another excellent round. That was horrible. That didn't sound like my Sherlock voice at all. I need a second to warm up. Warm-ups, 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 warm-ups. Welcome back to the stream. I don't know what that intro was, but here we are. When we left off, I started the second case of the game, which you can see, that's cool. It shows the background is whatever room we're currently in the game. So because this is the room we were in when we left off. We were in this room, and we were Sherlock Holmes. We met the great Sherlock Holmes, and he was investigating a mysterious murder. I'm hamming it up to wait for the viewers to roll in. A viewer. But we're gonna... He made an expert level deduction that was flawed. We met Sherlock Holmes, who's basically just like... I don't know. He's giving off like Sherlock Holmes if he was super ADD and just like he's finding all the pieces. He's just not putting them together. He's not quite putting them together excellently. Warm-ups. Okay. Well, let's just get into it. I'm now addicted to the game again. So the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylott. Obviously, what catches the eye in the first place. Is the comically large pair of scissors in your hand. Now, we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. There was a question mark, yeah. So this is where the flaws come in the theory. I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard? I like how there's like 2D images of them during some of these screens. I just muted. It's okay. Nobody's even here yet. I'm just playing because I'm tired of waiting for people to show up to the stream and then starting the game. It makes for bad stream content. So I'm just gonna go. I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me. Can Ryunosuke not grow facial hair? That's funny. I relate. Well, actually, I have facial hair. It's just like two like horrible scraggles. It doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either. Which means, I suppose, that the deduction is wrong. Let's try to switch a key word here. Oh wait, that's her. Let's try to switch a key word here, Naruhodo-san, and see if it helps matters. Alright, but how? I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylott. Bum 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 bum. I wonder if it's really his beard that he intended to use those shears on. Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deduction better, then what? Then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruhodo-san. Why am I the one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around in that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Roylott really going to use those enormous shears for? What the hell? I'm rotating the environment. Oh, this is trippy. Whoa. Good thing that the things I do when there's nobody watching. VOD watchers skip 5 minutes from when I'm done spinning the screen around. Dang it, it doesn't work if I like let it go and send it flying. Okay, well it's not the beard that he's about to get. You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. What wasn't. If it's not the beard, the hat. I don't. Thick hat and you gotta click around the screen. Golden locks on the back. What the hell? Why are there golden hair on the back? What the? What's this? It looks like a cascade of stunning golden locks. No. The color is not the point. The point is, what's it doing on the back of Mr. Roylot's head? And how is it growing from underneath his thick black hair? Well, yes, that's true. So it's stunningly beautiful and stunningly surprising. Something's definitely not right here. Bum ba-num bum bum ba-num num num bum ba-num num 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 golden. Okay, this is some Danganronpa stuff right here. You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks you sport. Indeed! You have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. Dun, 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 dun. Such lush, golden hair certainly does not befit an old man. He goes with the flow very well, I will say. It's like one of my ears is clogged up or something. I have too much hair. I need to get a haircut. Herlock goes with the flow very well, though, I must say. Like, I figure something out and he's just like, yes, exactly. That's what I meant. We've got it. You're not a man at all. You're a woman. And judging from the length and sheen of your hair, one still very much in her youth. Oh no! Okay, so my second theory was correct. It's the girl in disguise. If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected. The question then begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. See, he finds the right evidence, he just comes to the wrong conclusions. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. Well, that was a shock. I had no idea that old man was really a young woman in disguise. Did you? What? Why are you staring at me like that? Yes, it was a surprise, Naruhodo-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Sorry. Sorry? Mommy? Sorry? You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room deducing facts with Mr. Sholmes. I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. This is strictly business, not... Yeah, I understand. Say no more. Well, anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? This is fun. I am into this. Also, this music is good. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. No, that's true. Given that Mr. Roylott is actually a woman. Exactly. He, or rather she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary. I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now. Yes. Let's switch the evidence for something else. Oh, we're not... Wait, hold on. What evidence is he using? Yeah, a woman who needs to hide her identity. Wait. Okay. He was gonna use this evidence with the But we want to use this side, which is this piece of evidence.
Yes!
Yes or no, sir? Hello, Jack. Dude, this deduction mechanic is awesome. I started it last night and then returned to it now. This is cool. The dance of deduction. What precisely was your intention with that, Mr. Naruhodo? Just following the natural progression of the deduction. Sometimes the truth hurts. Dun, dun, dun. The song's really good, too. This feels like the Magatama mechanic, but with a bit of Danganronpa's flair. Because you're, like, countering words with other words. And when you counter them, it, like, shatters. Well, the truth is, you do not have a turn for observation or deduction. Oh, shoot. Wait, what? How did I get it wrong? What do you mean? I clicked this one, right? How is she not the ballerina? What? Am I crazy? Okay. Mr. Roylet isn't a ruthless mercenary at all. No, he isn't even a mister. Under that disguise, he is a young woman. Yeah, the ballerina. What? That's what I presented? Okay, what? An article in the back of a Russian newspaper. The headline reads, "Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai." Wait, hold on. So according to what Mr. Sholmes told us before, this article is about a dancer from a Russian ballet company who's disappeared for some reason. Yes, a prima ballerina called Nikolina Pavlova. She went missing from her dressing room whilst the company was performing in Shanghai. And the tiara she was wearing at the time appears to be a very valuable piece of jewelry. What was it? 20,000 rubles? Yes. I have no idea how much that really is, but I feel sure you'd be given change from that amount, even after buying all the cakes in the cake shop. Her imagination's really running away with her. And now, in order to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara, the company has requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain. Maybe now I can present that one. Because this is the correct... she's the ballerina.
Yes!
Okay, cool. Maybe I clicked the wrong one last time. I don't know. The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina. Clearly. This whole mechanic has so much clearly energy. Stuff. That's right. You've hit the nail on the head. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina. Miss Nikolina Pavlova! She's a cutie. Wait, how old is she? You're right. My real name is Nina. I mean, Nikolina Pavlova. But please... Edelgard? Oh my god! She does look like Edelgard. Yeah, okay. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. Yeah, I was like, she's pretty, and then I'm like, wait a minute, she does not look... She looks the same age as our helper friend. Susato. Dun, 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 dun. Topic 2. Wrongdoing. Now, as for my second conclusion, you are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime? Over there! Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. I feel like I'm doing a bit more prim and proper than last time. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. This woman is the ballerina, and she's right in front of us. So clearly she can't be inside that traveling case as well. No, that's right. Seems she wasn't abducted at all. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? Haha, I can see I'm going to have to step in and fix the detective's mistake. Clearly! This whole mechanic has such, like... if this song wasn't already such a bop, I'd do the discombobulate bit again, but this song's better than discombobulate, so I can't. You seem to look pleased, Naruhodo-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes? Stop it! Anyway, there must be something... Oh, use Brian's theme. This song's also better than that song, though, is the problem. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to. Bum, 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 bum. There's a tiara right there. A waste paper basket and a tiara. Wow, look at this dazzling tiara. I've never seen anything like it. Are those real diamonds, do you think? Oh, Naruhodo-san, try it on. What? Me? Isn't it usually girls who wear tiaras? Wouldn't you like to try it on? Oh no, I couldn't possibly. It's far too beautiful. Why does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently. When there's a waste paper basket. The waste paper basket. Let's have a look inside. Naruhodo-san, it's poor etiquette to go through a woman's... to go sifting through someone's rubbish, you know? It doesn't have to be a woman. Ugh, these eyes. She's looking at me like I'm a piece of rubbish now. However, these are special circumstances, I think. Exactly. We have no choice. It's a very small case, isn't it? So does that tell us that Miss Pavlova's telling glance in this direction was focused on something else? If that's true, though, it doesn't make sense. What do you mean? Well, if there's nothing incriminating inside this case, why did she refuse to let us look inside? Yes, I wonder why. Perhaps she has a perfectly harmless reason, though. Can we look inside, though? Because there's definitely something moved in there. Last time we were like something moved and shook. Okay, let's present the tiara.
Yes!
Yes, that's tiara! The proof of your crime is surely this tiara. Clearly! Oh! I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novavik Ballet, is it not? Indeed. Someone get this man a pop filter. It's because I clapped. That wasn't even pop filter, that was just me clapping. Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in this newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. In summary, the crime you have committed is theft. Oh no! Yes, you left your ballet troupe, unlawfully taking their precious tiara with you. Ah! I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone. I know, Naruhodo was like, I don't want to do this, and now he's having so much fun. These segments are awesome. Just two gamers duking it out, dancing it out. I clapped again, I'm sorry. I am all alone, and I need money. But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia. It belongs to me. This girl is only 15 years old. She's 15, not 14. I know that doesn't matter at all. He's doing, yeah, right? His best friend is dead, and he's dancing around this room with goodbye. Friendship with Kazuma ended. Herlock Sholmes is my new best friend. And this girl is only 15 years old, and she's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely. I know it's not a big difference. That's the joke. Come on. All right, I will tell you everything. There is no point to hiding it now. Ah! Come, let us not be hasty. What? There remains one unsolved mystery about you. Mystery? What do you mean? You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there is no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention, and anything that does escape my attention won't escape his. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I have ever laid eyes on them. I thought you were in there, but now I think you're I don't know what's in there. Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'oeil betrays you. I don't know how to say that word. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case. It's written in the books on the shelf. Books on the shelf. He's completely changed track with his deduction now. I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you? Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all this? I love this Sherlock Holmes that, like, observes everything, but then just comes to the wrong conclusions and makes random guesses. Absolutely the most chaotic version of Sherlock Holmes possible. Oh, do you think so? Well, it doesn't seem like that. What? Hold on. It's just a wild guess, surely. Oh, do you think so? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her. Yes, that's true. But still, Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself. She probably took a book off the shelf or something. Like, whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze. This is a charming little picture, isn't it? What is it? Someone climbing a steep mountainside? When you've been on the flat sea for a while, maybe you start seeing hills and mountains and everything. Ah, looks like all these... I need to stop mashing. It looks like all these are all... It looks like these are all the same books that we have in our cabin. I suppose the steward likes to make sure passengers have plenty to read for the long voyage. And have you noticed how all the books have fallen over? Just like in Kazuma-sama's cabin. It's almost like someone's taken a sweep at them. Maybe Miss Pavlova? While she was practicing her ballet? Anyway, the point is, we don't have time to look through all these books at the moment. We couldn't even if we wanted to. They're all in Russian. Wow, that's a relief. Let's try our luck elsewhere. Okay, so it's not the books. Pets! Pets! The rules of passage. The rules of passage! These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Burya. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects. Same notice in our cabin.
Yes!
Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. As we've seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item would move of its own accord. Which leaves but one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your traveling case is a traveling animal! Oh my god. Is the last item listed as forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage a pet? The team up, dude. The team up. Yeah, his friend really did just die, and he's like, alright, new friend acquired. New bit mode activated. Possession of a prohibited animal. Solved! Deduction complete. Elementary. Okay, the deduction segments are a 10 out of 10. This game was already like awesome, and now it's skyrocketed into even further awesomeness. So clearly, you aren't who you said you were. No, I am not Grimesby Loyalot. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct. You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel, which couldn't have been easy. The Burya is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Pavlova, oh my god. Could she really have snuck on board without being noticed? Pavlova has a pet. In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. And you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone. So, if it was just you, about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside? That veritable tinkling of a bell? Why, none other than this lady. Naturally. Clearly. Naturally. More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself, so no one would recognize me. As a result, you transformed yourself into that questionable old man? I see. I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then, just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper, right on the page, there was a picture of me. I was so frightened. I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and... At that precise moment, We walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that. It do be like that from time to time. I will eat you if you ask me if the character that I'm doing a Russian accent for is Russian anymore. I know. There's just one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? Wait, who is talking right now? You distracted me. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? I was like doing the Russian, and then she responded, and it responded to herself, and I just like, you were right. It is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew. Your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us in as much detail as you can muster about the events of last night. Vensov, last night. The consonant's supposed to carry over to the vowel. That's what we're learning in my accent class. Yes, all right. I will tell you. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, wasn't it something, Mr. Sholmes' great deduction? Bruh, our great deduction? At least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed, it is incredible. Ah, and one more thing. Oh, yes? What? Observe your wrists. My... Ah, your hands are cuffed again. Okay, well... whatever. True to my word, I have restored your shackles. I don't want them back. There is still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment. Can't it? Really? Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about really was. Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one last night? One of the crewmates told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died. He was a friend of mine. Oh. That's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you heard a strange noise, for example? Perhaps people talking? Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened. Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us? I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novabik Ballet. I was looking at your tier list. I'll look at it closer later, Jack. You made a tier list of would the Ace Attorney lawyer do the deduction dance, which is kind of dope. Maybe I'll pull it up in the pre-stream for if we are doing group Ace Attorney later, which we're supposed to. Okie dokie, Dad. I am traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life. You wish to forget? A challenging proposition, when you have that striking tiara as a reminder. But the tiara is mine. I need it to live. Get out of here, Steam notification. I have no money of my own. The Novabik Valet only gives us a little food and water, and we must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me. Alright. So you ran away to protect yourself? Yes. And the crew of this ship, they have all been kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in this cabin. If that indeed is the truth, Mr. Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum. Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo? What's the conundrum? Hold on. The crew of the ship let her on board and said she could hide here. Huh. They didn't do that to me. What the hell? Conundrum. Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, the SS Burya stopped by no port last night. Oh, wait, yeah, what? That's weird. Ah, that's it. Of course. I see, I didn't even notice that. Sherlock is good sometimes. So how is it, pray, that you came to be aboard? Now that I think about it, the crewmate outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of this cabin came aboard. Oh, that is not your business. Yes, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something. An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry? What was that? It is how the Russian newspapers described one of my performances. And that is how I came here, too. I descended from the heavens, because I am an angel. Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid. Mr. Sholmes once said, I never can resist a touch of the dramatic. Seems Miss Pavlova is the same. A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, in fact. Yes, yeah, Mr. Showy. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. Alright, now who's this friend? Who's her pet? So the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right? I don't think animals are allowed on board according to the rules of passage. Oh, please, don't tell. Don't tell any of the crew. If they found my precious... Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt. Ah! So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes. But what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it? Maybe an adorable little rabbit? Huh, you credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you? Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then? You may well ask. I have no idea. The Chad arm pose. I have no idea. The most confident I have no idea ever. You two are miserable bunglers. weaknesses when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerina's friends. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken! Oh boy. Really? Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call. Daily fresh eggs! And when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance. Jesus Christ. So you'd eat your friends. I'll remember that. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret not to be revealed. Oh, it definitely is a chicken. It's a chicken. I know it's a chicken. There's something I'd like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. Alright, what am I showing her? Speckled band thing? Let's present the speckled band. This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary? Yes, and he wrote in it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 a.m. I could hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grid. A speckled band? I don't understand. It's strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentions joins to this cabin, you see? It's up there on the wall. In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together. Oh! Miss Pavlova, has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean anything to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps? No, I don't know anything. Oh. Excuse me, Mr. Loylott. Yes? What? Wow, she's fast. Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain quarters at once, please. All right, I will come now. What? You must leave. Now. Oh no, it's fine. Don't mind us. Yeah, please don't worry yourself, Mr. Rock. Get out! The passenger said out! Or you want me to throw you out? Okay. Looks like we'll leave. They really don't want me in here. Weird. And so we lost our chance. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. Did she even say anything about the speckled band? Oh my god. We were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside. They treat us like crap, dude. To be continued. I could cut now because I know I am coming back for some group Ace Attorney in like half an hour. So this may be a good a place as any to cut. Let me look at this tier list. Alright, I can show it on stream. Well, I'll show it during the pre-show for the next stream. Jack made a funny deduction dance tier list. But I think honestly that might be a good. We've reached part 2 of the investigation, so I could just stop here. We've only been going for like what 45 minutes, so like I don't know. I'm gonna click forward a little bit and see what comes directly after this. Just a little teaser. 9th January, SS Burya, first class cabin. Passageway. I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that. I wish we'd managed to find some clue as to what the speckled band might be. We didn't manage to investigate it all. And I imagine that we won't be able to for a while longer. Okay, so what the hell am I supposed to, like, do? Oh, wait a minute. What is it? Well, what happened to our great detective friend? Where did he go? Oh, yes, he's completely disappeared. When did he do that? He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not before ensuring these were securely back on my wrists. Can't go in there. Really wish we'd had a chance to look around Miss Pavlova's cabin. What? Why you look like that? You want something? Maybe you want me to throw you out again. Oh, no, definitely not that. Next time I have to throw you out, I show you where lobsters spend winter. Understand? Understand. Maybe I should steer clear of him until he's forgotten my face. I don't think he'll ever forget your face, Naruhodo-san. Can I go into here? I feel like he's gonna stop me. Yeah, or the door can just be locked. That also works. No one wants to let the murderer escape. Gosh, she gave me a very stern look when she said that. We've looked at this already, right? Yeah. I looked at this last stream. We've hit a bit of a standstill, haven't we? First class cabin number 1. Yes, that's our cabin. Not our cabin. It's Kazuma-sama's. Sorry? Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin. You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? They don't have, like... The frickin' ballerina got a whole, like, room to herself and she's a stowaway. And I have to hang out in his, like, cupboards. They're literally the only people currently living in first class, now that Kazuma is dead, are the stowaways. That's so funny. Anyway, like, they're just trapped in here. I wonder if Inspector Hasanoga has found some clues. Yes, we should probably find him and ask. Is he in here? No? Okay. What is that? Yeah. That is not what I... What? I clicked that. Yeah. It's weird. If you click, like, right... If you click, like, right here, and then try to press that, like, it will stop you from pressing the arrow buttons. Okay, how am I supposed to find Hasanoga, though? I'm, like, trapped in this room. Let's try ringing the bell, dude. Emergency meeting. Let's try moving in here. Okay, here we go. I just needed to move in here. That took far too long to do. Looks like they're still investigating in here. Yes, on that subject, I wonder if Inspector Hasanoga is unscathed. What do you mean, unscathed? Surely you haven't forgotten, have you, Naruhodo-san? Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of the cabin to investigate? He was going to talk to the captain about it. He said he'd lay his life on the line for you. Oh, yes. But I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He's not in here, though. Like, what? Am I crazy? Is he over here? Oh, there he is. Okay. What the hell? Oh my god, he got beaten up. He got beaten up. Rude! And possibly racist? Racist Goldberg machine? Ah, you're back. Inspector, what happened to you? Your face is... Please don't worry about it. They're just scratches. Made by a bear, maybe. When I told the captain that I'd given you permission to investigate, he told me he'd pummel me with his fist and then toss me overboard. What? But the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing, really. Looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to. Well, thanks to your efforts, we now know a little about the neighboring cabin. Yes, so I understand. Oh. I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. I think his name was something like Hairlock Sholmes. I don't think he was German, though. Ah, that explains it. Shall we compare notes, then? We can tell you what we found out. Racist Goldberg machine. Oh my god. The racist Goldberg machine. My favorite. My favorite kind of Goldberg machine. My least favorite kind of Goldberg machine. We're gonna stop doing this joke now. Let's do it. Let's talk about the case. Why are you talking about Goldberg? What are you saying? What? Nikolina Pavlova. She's in the cabin next door. Oh, do you know who she is? Please. What self-respecting ballet fan wouldn't know that graceful angel? Ahem, 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 ahem. Oops, I think I upset him there. Oh, is this guy like a fanboy of hers? Oh dear. Well, that tells us that the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case, at least. Oh? How? Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they? Oh, now I've definitely upset him. Inspector, has your investigation in here proved fruitful? If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police. So I'm just keeping watch here, trying not to take my eyes off the job. Oh, I see. Ah, there is one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you. Fanboying so hard he bleeds from the mouth, for real. Oh, what? Yes, do tell us, Inspector, please. What is this new information you have, Inspector? It's this. The Burya's medical officer has finished his examination of the body. I managed to obtain the report. Oh, Kazuma's post-mortem report? Kazuma-sama. So, what was the cause of death? Damage to the cervical vertebrae is what's written in the report. His neck was broken? Yes, it would seem so. There were no obvious wounds or other signs of injury. So at first, I think they were considering poison. What is it with this game and the killer being like, I'm gonna use poison? Never mind. But it turns out they found no trace of poison. Well, wait, no. What am I saying? The girl in the first case did use poison. Oh my god, I'm just slurring my words. It was a Freudian slip because I lost a viewer, so I said lose instead of use. And then I almost said Pavlovian slip instead of Freudian slip. What is wrong with me today? I've been like, today's been one of those like indecisive days where I sit around going trying to decide what to do with my time. It's been bad. I don't know. Nothing has been found as yet, but the fact that there are no signs of a wound suggests it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark. Oh, I see. All the body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. A strong enough impact to the neck could induce death. It is a possibility, and no obvious wound would be left. Poor Kazuma. I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it. Really? Are you sure? Yes, it's fine. I trust you. After all, if I didn't trust you, I'd never have agreed you leaving this cabin in the first place, would I? Ah, right. The post-mortem report has been added to the court record. Let's look at the post-mortem report. Victim male, Far Eastern, time of death between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. The victim's neck was almost certainly broken as a result of a strong blow to the area. No obvious... Okay. So his neck was broken, basically. Got it. The Great Detective. Oh, Mr. Sholmes was here, was he? Yes. He seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about on the floor investigating. But then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored. Did he say anything at all? Actually, now you mention it, yes. Just one thing, but he practically shouted it. It's shoe polish, was all he said. Shoe polish? I'm just imagining him, like, crawling around on the floor, like, sniffing, like... And then just shooting up and going, it's shoe polish! And running out of the room. Very energetically. He's so neurodivergent. Shoe polish? I wonder what he meant. It was when he was over there, by the piece of broken glass. Do you see? Ah, perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark, do you think? Oh yeah, that could be shoe polish. Or he could be wrong, you never know with Herlock. But how could Mr. Sholmes know that it's shoe polish? That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea. What is it, Susato-san? Well, Kazuma-sama was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue. Dark tan? A sort of dark brownish red, then. Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. It's totally sloshed on red wine. This mark was made by the polish on Kazuma's shoes as they scuffed on the floor. The mark on the floor has been added to the court record. That's really all I can tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewmates' eyes are boring into the back of my head. My head. Yeah, no, I'm gonna stop playing this soon, by the way. We're gonna cut stream and then move over to a group Ace Attorney stream very soon. Ahem. Poor Inspector. You look exhausted. Oh, no. Well... I feel terrible that I failed to protect Asogi-san. He was my responsibility. Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You were his friends. The truth is, I seem to have had a heavy head ever since I woke this morning. I have a heavy head. My head hurts, his head hurts. Why do I feel like we were all hanging out together and somebody knocked us all out and made us forget everything? But it's a bit of an odd place to stop, but I am actually going to cut stream, and I will be back soon with Group Ace Attorney, so, yeah. See you later.